Hey YouTubers, it's Joel Hunter here, aka Geek Machine, and I have a little announcement to make. As you can probably guess by the title of this video, it has something to do with IMTA. Well, you are right. I am going to be going to IMTA-LA in 2018. I have been invited to go again, and this time I'm posting this video not because I'm asking for financial aid, because this time I can actually afford it. Just wanted to let you guys know that today was also my first training session. I kind of came into the game a little late right now, and so yeah, I'm doing that again. I'm kind of excited as well, because maybe this time I might be a little better, especially in the singing department, because as you can look back on my vlogs during that week of IMTA, I mentioned I flubbed during one of the songs. Well, that was because I lost my timing at a certain point in the song where there was no music there, and I altered it a little, which made it a little hard for me to get it. I would always get it the first time, but when it came to me redoing it again, I'd always somehow screw up. Well, maybe with the song I chose this time, it'll be a little better. I don't want to reveal what it is just yet, but I will say that I have gotten that review, and I've gotten that all set up. I'm joining it again. I've got my flight and shuttle set up as well. Just waiting to hear back on a couple other things to get this solidified. That's the word I'm looking for. But however, I do want to make this part known, is this performance at my IMTA outing, I want to dedicate this to the memory of Greg Anderson. For those of you who don't know, Greg Anderson was kind of almost like a grandfather to me in my town, and I also found out that he also served as a mayor. I did not know that until the time of his death, which sadly had happened when I made my way back home just after IMTA earlier this year. He had passed away. It was a good funeral, but it was also very emotional. And the other thing is, he also helped fund me the first time around. It wasn't much, but it did help. It helped a lot. Every little bit helps, as the saying goes. And I never really got the chance to tell him how it went. And so, again, my performance at IMTA-LA 2018 is dedicated to the memory of Greg Anderson. And also, one other thing I wanted to bring up, because I've been wanting to do this vlog for a while. It just, I had a little trouble trying how I should go about it. So, I'm gonna point it out here, because you may remember, I don't know if I had pointed it out, but for those of you who have seen it, or maybe have looked it up, there are actually two types of IMTA events. There is Los Angeles and New York, of which those two are held exclusively. Those are the only two towns and cities that IMTA is held in, and it is worldwide. In LA, I was told, if you want to get into film and animation, film, animation, and TV series and all that you would go to LA. But if you wanted to get into more like television shows, Broadway, theater, and more international stuff, you would go to New York. And a little while ago, they had IMTA New York. That was held in July. And right now, they're getting ready for IMTA LA. Now, a lot of you would probably say, why don't you do that? Well, it's just as I described right there. LA is the area where I'm trying to pursue. Being a voice actor in animation, like like animated TV shows or animated films. Yeah. And I was also told by that from a few other professional voice actors as well. So, yeah. That I just wanted to kind of clarify there the difference between LA and New York. And if you ever want to do this, I highly recommend that you do if you are serious about this. If you are serious about pursuing a acting career or something in the entertainment industry, I would suggest, if you can afford it, I would suggest IMTA. If you have an agent and they have information about that, I would go and do that. And for a lot of you who live probably on the West Coast, like in the northern part of the West Coast, and you happen to catch wind of Seattle talent, again, go with them. If they accept you, you are doing good. And if they want to bring you into IMTA, that's even better, because again, they are very well known at these events, and they earn their keep. Sure, it's going to be pricey, but if you are willing to get past those dollar signs, it's worth it. Don't believe everything that you read on the internet, especially these days, because they get a lot of bad press on the internet. It's because people cannot get past the dollar sign. They say the whole thing is a scam. It's a jip. These guys are frauds. They are not. In fact, they have represented quite a few people, like Josh Duhamel. They represented him, and in fact, Josh Duhamel got his start at IMTA. And I think it was IMTA-LA, can't remember which. But he, if I remember hearing it correctly, he went in as a model. He tried to get in as a model, and he came second place. And you want to know who too? Ashton Kutcher, who also got his start in IMTA. And that is just a few of the actors, big name actors, that have gotten their start there. There's a few others. There's Elijah Wood. There's Amy Acker. And in case some of you who don't know who she is, look up the show Person of Interest and her character, which is Root, or Miss Groves. She pulls that role and the personality so well. And I hope I am getting her name right. It's a young girl, Mariel Sheets. I think that's what it is, but she was the voice of Sally Brown in the Peanuts movie. She got her start at IMTA as well. And Katie Holmes as well. I just found that out today. Katie Holmes also got her start at IMTA. So yes, again, IMTA is not a fluke, neither is Seattle Talent. And if you happen to come across any of those people, IMTA or Seattle Talent, and if you can afford it, or even if you can't, you could still put up a fundraiser like what I did last year on GoFundMe. And I managed to raise the amount needed for me and my mother to go. I brought my mom along as a support. This time, it's just me. I'm just going along this time. I have a little more confidence. And seeing as how well I did last year, who knows? Maybe this year will actually be, maybe this time around it might actually be a little more favor for me. And if it does, some other changes might come around. Who knows? But be sure to keep an eye on this space in the coming months, or as soon as January. That's January of next year. Yeah. So yeah, keep an eye on this space. I just wanted to let you guys know, and thank you for watching this, and to everybody else that has shown support for what I do and who had shown support to me in the past when I first did IMTA. So again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time when I do another IMTA Aftermath vlog. And until then, adios.